What is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. We are done traveling, hopefully. Well, technically not. We are done with Toyota events for a couple of months. So it's good to be home. It is finally 70-something degrees today here where we are at in Florida, which is absolutely awesome. So, guys, welcome to the live stream. Hope everyone's doing good. The way these live streams typically work is basically you just go ahead and put some questions into the comment section. We throw them up onto the screen right here, and we just hang out and talk for an hour to 2 hours, whatever we decide to go for on this live stream. So we do sometimes get behind on these. So if you want to donate, you totally can. It is a completely free platform that YouTube is, but if you donate, you jump straight up to the top. Speaking of the top, pinned comment, guys, this 4Runner is going to be expensive. It is not a Tier D Pro, but it is going to be expensive, and Factor is a sponsor on the channel. We sponsored a video with them, but they said, you can run this all the time, so get friends, family, anyone to sign up, and I get a pretty decent bonus with that. So let's just say if 100 people signed up for Factor, we would supercharge the 4Runner. That's all I'm saying. If 100 people signed up, we would supercharge the 4Runner. You could get 10 meals right now, guys, for 62 bucks. My link is right there. I hope that it actually works here in the live. But if not, it is a pinned comment. So, guys, what is up? How's it going? Harshy's up in here. Ephraim is in here too. How's it going? Chadwick in here. Gmal, Tom, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Julio, what is up? How's it going? Cripple Creek, as always, how's it going? Kyle says he's eyeing that LX Surf. That was a very, very cool concept for sure. Luca, how's it going? Joshua, what's up? Daniel, how's it going? Kryptonite, how's it going? Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Kryptonite says that I am going to put a deposit on a Tier D off-road premium hybrid. Hopefully I can get a hold of one. I just saw before logging into here that an allocation was already achieved for someone for a TRD Pro. So hybrids are starting to get allocated, which is nice. They still aren't going into production until later this year, or I'm sorry, later this month. So hybrids should be on the ground within a month or so. So that's really, really cool. Kryptonite, how's it going? RM, how's it going? Dr. Bosco, what is up? Dylan, how's it going in here? John Lee, William, Blue STI, how's it going? Charles, dude, a lot of people up here, 120 people. That is absolutely awesome. And then John over on Facebook, how's it going? What is up? Yeah, for everyone just joining in, I did do a pinned comment. Hopefully you guys can click on that if you want to try Factor. I just told everyone that if 100 people sign up, we will supercharge the 4Runner. So it's absolutely crazy, the deal that Factor is giving you guys, and also me, for people that sign up. So I'm rolling with it, and I'm trying to get every single person and their mother to sign up. So one, we could buy a new 4Runner, supercharge the old one, and then just have a good time. So Mr. Sunjeep says, hey, John, congrats on the new 4Runner. What trim are you getting? And second question, my parents are getting a RAV4 Prime soon. Do you think that we should get a SE or XSE with low mileage? I personally like the interior of the XSE. It's really good. And that's the RAV4 that we had. The SE is nice because it gives the appearance of the XSE, but I really do like the interior of the XSE a little bit better. We are getting a TRD off-road 4Runner. I don't want to spoil too much yet. The members on the channel, they already know exactly what it is. I mean, shoot, they have the VIN number, is what the members know and stuff. So I like to give them that information first. We will be growing the members side of everything as well, and hopefully doing quarterly giveaways over there. So when we get the new 4Runner, I'll touch more on that because the members have seen the 4Runner first, or at least the V-spec sheet is what they call it, the virtual spec sheet. I believe that's what it's, or vehicle spec sheet, one of the two is what that stands for. But yes, we are hopefully getting it soon. It is currently at the port in Houston, and it will be going to Fred Haas Toyota. So that is the dealership that will be facilitating this transaction. and it could get released in a couple days. I really, really hope. So it's just sitting at the port, and hopefully that it gets released in a couple of days. So we will see. Noah says, hey, John, from your video posted a few days ago, will you be getting a 3rd Gen TRD Pro? It would make for great content comparing to your 2nd Gen TRD Pro. Yes, I hope to be getting a 3rd Gen TRD Pro probably in a couple months. I think we may trade the Tacoma here because I already said, like, when I bought this truck, like, people can get mad at me as much as they want. I already said that this truck was going to be very quick on the channel, and I just wanted to experience it as longer than a week that Toyota gives me with these, which is kind of why I leased it, because it could have been anywhere from 6 months to a year. So we will see how things go. Again, I'm not going to keep plugging this all night, and I know that people are in and out of here, but like that pinned comment that I have for you guys, honestly, like if a lot of people do actually use that, and you can cancel like anytime, like hey, I just want 10 meals real fast for like $62 or whatever it is, and then I'm just going to straight up cancel it. I still get the money, and you still get good food for cheap. If 100 people, if 1,000 people, which is way out there, but if 1,000 people signed up for that, I would have like 6 cars at the same time. So that is pretty cool. But yes, I do intend to get a Tundra TRD Pro. The one that I was in at the auto show, it honestly felt pretty good and pretty solid. But so did my Platinum that I had for about 4,000 miles or so. And then it just really started to just kind of fall apart. And I don't know why. And it was before I put the bigger tires on it. So we will see. I think that my plans with a TRD Pro Tundra is to mimic pretty much what I did with this Voodoo Blue one out here. It's just a very OEM plus build. I'm not going to do big old 35s. I'm never going to put 37s again on the Tundra platform unless it's like actually purposely built out. But yeah, I think that it'd be cool to give it a fair shake and just see how it is. Joshua, how's it going, man? Caden's up in here. Josh, I do plan on selling this Land Cruiser in a couple months. I'm going to have it right for a year. We bought it in May or so we're in February, March, April. It may be maybe April, May timeframe is when we get rid of the Land Cruiser, and we'll have it for a full year. And the 4Runner should be expected, hopefully, in a couple days. Everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate everyone's support all the freaking time. We are always behind on the comments, so don't think that I hate you and I'm ignoring you, but we have a lot of viewership lately, and it is absolutely awesome. You guys don't have to. YouTube is a completely free platform, but if you want to donate, you can, to make sure your question jumps all the way up to the top. And there is a way, and you guys don't have to like do this by any means, but YouTube has a goal set. So we could do 10 super chats, and I'll just do the cheapest, man, because you know we haven't all bounced back yet, right? From inflation and everything. So I get it. So I will reveal the 4Runner I'm getting. So if we get 10 super chats of only $2, I will reveal the 4Runner that I'm getting. And it says 30-minute timer. So you guys don't have to donate. Again, YouTube is a completely free platform. You guys will see the 4Runner regardless. But if you guys want the early bird getting the worm, then you guys can totally do that if you want. It pays for half a tank of gas. Give us the 4Runner reveal. It will be coming, hopefully, gosh, I really hope by the end of this week. We will see. The dealership is closed Saturday, and they're reopened on Sunday. So hopefully we will see. The map on the screen of the 4Runner offer satellite, or is it just a default map view? I believe on the new 4Runners, there is like the GPS and everything involved with it. And then, of course, if you pay for the subscription, it will stay up to date. So I believe it is satellite tracking in that little antenna that the thing has. Noah says, hey, John, from your video posted a few days ago. Oh, I already answered that. Sorry, Noah. Charles, what is up from Montana? Hope the weather's beautiful up there. The 4Runner's coming soon, guys, coming soon. And we did just get a donation from Joshua. 9 away, says live viewers gotta see it. We're getting close. We are getting close. We will see if the live viewers get to see it. That will be sweet. Haven't heard much talk on the TRD Pro exhaust. How does it sound with the 4-cylinder? And 2, do you ever hear the drone on the 4Runner? So the TRD Pro 4Runner has a little tiny bit of a drone to it, but not horrible at all. The Tacoma does have a slight drone, but it kind of gets overtaken by the fake exhaust noise that they put into this TRD Pro. So honestly, I like the startup of the exhaust. It sounds good. They took off the resonator in the back and everything, and I think it sounds good for a 4-cylinder. Now, it doesn't sound like the best thing since sliced bread, but it sounds very good for a 4-cylinder for sure. And then Luca coming in, getting us close, 8 away. I appreciate it, Luca. Thank you so freaking much for that. I truly appreciate you guys. Luca says, what color? We are getting close. So this is going to suck, okay? But there is a cavalry blue right here and a black truck in my garage. And this vehicle is one of those 2-ish colors, because heritage blue is an option, or black. And those were the options that I gave you guys. I will give you a hint. It is one of the two that I made that very quick video about the other day. So it is one of those two, but I didn't really reveal all the add-ons and the packaging and all of that stuff with it as well. So I have the spec sheet on my computer. So if we get to that goal, which we may be really close to, Josh says, help me out, chat. Julio says, let's go. We are very close. You guys have 30 minutes for this. So Josh, you don't need to spend all the Starbucks money and everything, or your coffee money and stuff. So you definitely didn't go black. Hey, it may have. And I think the cool thing about the black would be that we could take this bumper straight off of this and see how it was on the new 4Runner. There were a lot of good arguments for black. There was a lot of good arguments for the heritage blue. And a good amount of people wanted me to just wait for the Trail Hunter. And after driving the Trail Hunter, I kind of wish I did. But we will see. We will see if we get there, and then I will show you guys the spec sheet. If not, hey, again, like I said, I can't reiterate enough. YouTube is a free platform. I truly appreciate you guys just being here regardless. I truly do. Wings over Mikey says, were you able to get any measurements that we were requesting? Tape measure. So, Wings over Mikey, do not hate me at all. In the last live stream, I said I failed you guys because I brought my tape measure to the event and I left it in my carry-on, and it was in my hotel room. So I did not get the specific measurements that you guys wanted. I had the intentions to. I had my tape measure, and when I got to the event, and the moment we parked, and the event was like an hour and a half away almost from the hotel with traffic, I forgot it. So I apologize. When we get mine, I will get as many measurements as possible that I can. And Pork says halfway there, Dr. Bosco helping it out 4 people away for the reveal. This is actually kind of cool. And so when I started this super chat, it says $5 is what's recommended. And I guess for some streamers and stuff, that's cool, but I'm not going to take advantage of an audience. I'm doing this for fun. You guys get to see it regardless in a couple days, hopefully. But this is fun. And even my memberships on the channel, I started at $1. YouTube recommends $5 for a membership to start at. I think I started it at $1 or $2. And the reason for that is it's monthly, but some people made $2 is a nice treat for them or something like that. And they only allow themselves a treat a month or something. So, and then it goes upwards of, I think $5 or $10 or something. But we will be doing quarterly giveaways and stuff soon on the channel as we grow the members page and everything. And Daniel says, whoop, getting close. 3 away. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. Griff says, all I want is a Toyota Stout with a lift kit. Have you guys seen those Toyota Champ trucks overseas? Dude, those things are so freaking sick. They are so cool. And people have been building them up. People have been making camper conversions and stuff out of them. They've been really, really cool. Nikyle says, hey, John, love your reviews. Is it true that ride comfort is better on the TRD Off-Road Premium onwards? I really didn't feel any ride comfort difference. I mean, the main thing may just be the seats. But once you get onwards, right, then you're getting into different suspension with the Pros, the Old Man Emu stuff, the active variable suspension on the Platinum. So it really does differ across all the models. So it is preference too. I personally liked the TRD Sport driving it because that suspension for me was the best driving on the road because it was very planted on the road, which was really cool. But other people said they didn't like it because it felt too planted on the road. So it is, that's why like, and tomorrow we have the LX 700 video releasing because the drive event embargo lift and everything. I was going to post the LX walk around today, but I think I'm just going to include the off-roading footage and everything else in that video for you guys. But I don't know, it like driving and how a car feels for certain people is so just based on how that person feels the car is. Like for me, you know, I say like a certain car drives good, and then someone in the comment section is like, dude, you're an idiot, it drives like crap. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. That's how I feel when I drive it, so that's totally up to you. That's why like these driving impressions videos, while they're good and people can, you know, get ideas from all these different automotive journalists, like it's based on the discretion of the person that's actually driving it, honestly. Dr. Bosco, also thank you so much for the donation. You also said here, just got a notification the factory has scheduled the build of my Trail Hunter. Heck yeah, what color did you go for? Sorry, we're about 12 minutes behind right now on chat, guys. But I do truly, truly appreciate it. And we are getting very close to knowing what the 4Runner is. Looking forward to your opinion on hybrid versus non-hybrid. So for me, hybrid versus non-hybrid for the Tacoma and 4Runner platform, the hybrid is, if you can shell out the extra couple $1,000s that it is, I think that it's honestly the way to go, especially on the 4Runner, because while yes, you lose a little bit of cargo space just with how high like the battery banks are, it makes that vehicle very planted on the road because you have more of that weight in the back end. Yes, you do lose on some cargo capacity and stuff too, but 4Runner made like this nice little kind of opening for some storage stuff. And if you want to sleep in the vehicle, when you put the seats down, it's like the closest you get to having a flat surface. Like there's just a little bit of a hump, about 2 to 3 inches or so. So, I mean, and not only that, but on the 4Runner and the Tacoma platform, the hybrids just like, they drive so much better. They drive so much better. They have so much more power than the normal iForce. The low-end torque coming in so low is so good. So I think that on the 4Runner, Taco platforms, if you can shell out the extra money, it's like really worth it, the difference in the hybrids and stuff. Whereas the Sequoia and the Tundra, well, the Sequoia is only hybrid, whereas the Tundra, you know, you don't really need the hybrid. It's nice to have. I'm sure if you're towing more, the hybrid is good to have. But like if you're just driving the truck normally, like around town and stuff, you don't really feel it all too much. Not as much of a difference as the Tacoma and 4Runner. Thank you so much, Tom, for the donation. We are 2 donations away for getting a reveal on it. Aviation Truth, how's it going? Wyatt Taco, what's up, man? Says, hey, John, how soon until you get your space trailer? They just shipped it out today. So my contact at Space Trailer, he butt dialed me because so I was like, hey, did you need me for something? He's like, no, I was just trying to copy your number to give to our shipping guy so he could put it on the label to ship out. So the Space Trailer is coming. We're going to outfit it with a whole bunch of stuff, which will be absolutely awesome. And hopefully it'll be pretty good. Do you think that Toyota would do a pre-runner trim for this new Gen 4Runner? I don't see them doing it, especially because they added the platinum trim to it. That would be quite a bit of different colors and trims and stuff on it. Merlot says, hey John, how was handling or sway of the various 4Runner trims versus your Land Cruiser? I feel like the Land Cruiser has quite a bit of body roll to it, especially with how tall it is. The TRD Sport hardly had any. The TRD Off-Roads had a little bit, not horrible. I mean, it's still an SUV. The Trail Hunter was very floaty on the roads, as I talked about in my video last night. And those were really the only 3 that I drove on the roads. So it's not bad by any means, but you know, it is an SUV. So there is going to be some body roll, but the TRD Sport was definitely the most planted on the ground with the least amount of body roll, like for sure. I didn't drive the Platinum though, all-wheel drive. So of the ones that I drove, the TRD Sport was definitely the best. Visiting Yota Mafia Bros with this Land Cruiser for some work. Heck yeah, Kyle. Tell them what's up again. I should be up there hopefully this week. Let me know what day you're going up there because I got to bring the Tacoma up there. Just message me on Facebook or something. because I got to take the Tacoma up there and get the wheels and tires swapped over, and then most likely just strip everything off of it. I'm really trying to sell this Tacoma to someone for 50 grand, and like that is a stupid good deal for all the stuff that's on it. But we're most likely just going to trade it in when this new 4Runner comes. So granted, I haven't been like overly active in trying to like sell it on YouTube, but like I posted it on Facebook today. I've done a lot of Instagram stuff, a lot of emails back and forth with people. And again, I think that people's, hopefully their wallets and everything are starting to catch back up, you know, with where we're at and stuff. But yeah, I thought that it was a super good deal. But you know, I get that it's fully built out, and like that's the con of certain things being built out is people want to kind of do their own stuff. So, but yeah. Oh, we got it. Cripple Creek says, let's go places. Content is worth supporting. Joshua says, finishing it off. And then Pork says, let's see it. Liz also, thank you guys so much. Mr. Dr. Bosco again. Oh, wait, no, I was up too far. But guys, thank you so much for everyone that did donate. We will do the reveal right now. This is sparkling water, and it has like hops in it from, I'm not like drinking beer or anything that like anymore, guys, but it has a nice refreshing taste to it. All right, so I'm sorry that I have not caught up with the comments. We are very, very behind on comments. Griff says hit the like button, but you guys did just crush that donation goal. That was pretty cool to do. I appreciate everyone that did that. Let me get it let me get it set up, because I don't know how where I should do it at, because I took a photo. Oh, there we go. All right, so I got the photo of it. Where's it at? Right here. All right. So live stream gets to see it first. Whatever. Like this is cool and everything, and I love that, and I know that you guys are super supportive, and everyone else will be supportive too. Once we get the actual vehicle. Like, it's not like if I show this to you guys, you're not gonna freaking watch it, right? So everyone will see it, which I truly, truly appreciate. So this is it, guys. Everyone said go for the Heritage Blue, John. So we're going for the Heritage Blue. I really thought, like I said, that you guys would be all about the black one, just because it was a normal TRD off-road, and I really wasn't trying to sway anyone in that conversation and stuff, but I just think that this one is the one to do. So we have TRD Off-Road Premium. This is the beauty right here, though. Only $400 worth of accessories added on, and it has the tow tech package. So that includes our digital mirror, the trailer brake controller, and the straight path assist. So the digital mirror is something that I actually really, really like. And we will be able to try this straight path assist thing out with the space trailer. That's very cool. Now, the best part is $0, $0, $0, $0. No added on bullcrap for this truck. No charging cables, no freaking stuff, paint protection stuff, no door seals, no blackout badging. None of that. That is so freaking cool. And of course, the dealership, I'm going to be shouting them out and stuff. I'm talking to an individual there. His name is Ryan. Fred Haas Toyota World in Spring, Texas. I believe that is in the Houston area, or close to the Houston area. So Spring, Texas. This is the 4Runner that we're getting, guys. Again, I really did think that a lot of people wanted to see the black one. And while there was a good amount of arguments for it, just for some reason, the video was overwhelmingly positive for the Heritage Blue one. And in all fairness, I mean, we're at $56,000. Oops, my cursor is a little off. We're at $56,915, right? Again, guys, if you want to help support the channel, the factor link that is pinned up top, you guys can do it. If we have 100 people sign up, I will supercharge the 4Runner, which will make the drag race between the 4Runner and this other 4Runner hopefully a little bit more interesting. But you guys get 50% off of meals and everything. But the other TRD off-road, when I ran it through, the price and everything, was at 51. So you're talking a difference of $5,000, which yes, $5,000 is a lot. But when you're financing something, that's really a difference of like maybe $100 a month, depending on the interest rate, which sure, that'll, you know, get some people out of a certain vehicle, $100 a month. But like for me, for content, $100 a month, you get so many more options for the TRD off-road. It's kind of crazy how like neutered Toyota made the actual TRD off-road, right? You get so much more on the off-road premium. The fact that the normal off-road doesn't even get automatic seats is just baffling to me. Like that is such a swing and a miss from Toyota. I don't understand why they didn't do that. And maybe an option for a bigger screen as well, right? Like I feel like if Toyota just gave the TRD off-road for 50 grand, automatic seats, and also a 14-inch screen standard, but then didn't give it all the extra stuff, you know, like the power tailgate, the ventilated seats, the full 360 camera view, maybe, you know, like maybe they just give the people the screen and not the full 360 camera view, and all that stuff as well. So I honestly think, and for anyone getting the TRD off-road, like don't think I'm talking crap. Maybe, you know, certain people don't want all those doodads and add-ons. Awesome. I want to have doodads and add-ons. One, because it's more stuff to break, potentially. We hope not. But also, just for me mentally, man, I guess I shouldn't say $5,000 more. It's more like close to $6,000 more, just because, you know, it's $57,000 versus 51-ish. But yeah, I just think that the premium is a sweet spot, and maybe that's why Toyota did it, so they could sell way more of them, just because people will also see that as well on the price and be swayed to go more that way. But Skanda says, nice truck. I appreciate it. Phoenix Odyssey, what's going on? Thank you so much for the support. Arhem, yeah. So this is, if you guys see the VIN number there, which, whatever. I mean, I hope it can't get tracked, but it's at the port, so whatever. Hopefully people don't F with it, whatever. It's the 531st unit built. So we are under 1,000 for the 4Runners built. And I think they're upwards of maybe close to 1,000 trucks built, maybe right now is where they're at. So W Spec, yeah, Pork, I appreciate it, and thank you for donating to help us get to this point to see it. Joshua says, that's awesome. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, yeah, Scott, how's it going, man? Says yes. So one of the best looking colors for sure, and I can't wait to build it out, you know, a little bit. OEM Plus style of build. We'll see how it is, you know, for a month, just stock driving it and stuff. And, you know, I was very, very adamant on really getting one of the first ones. And I tried and tried and tried. I tried with the West Coast. I tried with Arizona, tried with up north. A lot of vehicles were already spoken for, which is totally fine. And then landed on this one. And, you know, since it holds so much similar to the 4Runner, since it holds so much similar to the Tacoma, like the first builds for this were done in a freaking 2 days. 2 days, if that. 808, MJ Motorsports 808 in Hawaii, they had it built up. Westcott Designs had it built up. Taco Vinyl and Prinsu have had it built up. Like the fact that all these companies already have them so built up so fast, for me as a content creator, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't need to be the first to show you guys stuff because all these companies already did it. So now it's kind of like, all right, let's see what the real world ownerships are like. Instead of just building it up super fast all the way, we'll have it relatively stock for a month, just like, you know, I did with this Tacoma, just see how it was for a month. And now we're going to start installing parts on this. We'll get this 4Runner, compare it to this one, compare it to the Land Cruiser. Hopefully I can get my hands on a GX to compare all three of those, and also maybe the 5th gen 4Runner. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to do with these trucks for sure. And then, you know, just going to throw some miles on it. And if the channel continues to grow the way that it does, I think that this would be a prime candidate for a giveaway vehicle this year. I really think that it would, because the eyes will be on it pretty much the whole year. Hopefully they don't fall off. And if it proves itself and it's good, it's basically like everyone wants my 5th gen 4Runner. My goal in my head is to make this one mimic this 4Runner as a 6th generation. So that is what I'm doing. And if we have the support for that, and, you know, the comments and the merch store that I'm going to open up and all this stuff supports it and tracks for that, then I would love to give this 4Runner away to a subscriber in the future, which I think that would be really cool. So I'm not going to lease this one. I'm going to purchase it because that makes doing the giveaway, if we do a giveaway, that much easier, and you don't have to go through all the lease term legalities and all that stuff. So we will be purchasing this one, financing it. The bank will own it. But yeah, so that's my mind goal, everything. Live stream, you guys saw it first. I freaking appreciate you guys so much for all the support over the years. Again, I don't do the YouTube to be a millionaire and it's all about me, blah, 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 blah. I could quit YouTube tomorrow, me and my wife, go live our lives, do all this stuff that we already do, and be totally happy. But I do this because I hope it provides content. I hope it provides information and everything to you. And honestly, it ain't that bad. I truly, truly enjoy doing it. So guys, thank you so freaking much for that support. So yes, TRD, off-road premium, 6th gen. The only thing it's missing is the moonroof, but it's gonna have a full-length roof rack anyways. And again, if we are doing it to mimic this 4Runner, this one don't have a moonroof. So honestly, it's kind of like falling into place to where it's gonna be cool. And you could tell by the smile on my face, I'm actually legitimately happy about this one. And I can't wait. So we will most likely do that. If everything supports it. Russ says, thanks for the reveal. Your 6G ORP is essentially the same level as my blue 24 ORP. I'm psyched for you. Great choice. Yes, thank you so much, man. Nautical blue metallic too. One of the best colors. Fun fact, I was actually looking for an ORP nautical blue. And then this one came up and they're like, we have a cavalry blue one. I was like, what the heck is that? They're like, I don't know. It's like some new color on the TRD Pro. And I was like, is the TRD Pro the same? I had no idea. But this was like still when I was in the military. I was like, does the TRD Pro have the same like options and everything as the off-road premium? They're like, no, it doesn't have a moonroof. I'm like, okay, so it's cheaper? And they're like, no, it's more expensive. I was like, okay, sounds good. So whatever. And that truck right there changed my life, which is absolutely awesome. But the ORP is such a great platform. I honestly think like if you're not going in it for like, you know, to flip the vehicle and resale value and all this stuff, like, and you really are holding on to it for a good amount of time, ORP, hands down, best trim to go for on the 4Runner. Kaden, thank you so much. Ray, thank you so much. Nice says 3 months later, why I sold my 6th gen 4Runner and kept my 5th gen. Maybe. No. If I do get rid of it that fast, again, it would be a giveaway. So I do plan to have this 6th gen 4Runner for a good bit. Again, unless some life stuff happens and I have to sell it and, you know, for us to buy some more property or something like that. But this 4Runner will be more of the long-term vehicle, just like the Land Cruiser was more of a long-term vehicle last year. We had it for up over a year, or by the time we get rid of it, we will have it right at a year. The other Tacoma that I had, we are getting very close to a year as well with the underground Tacoma before I sell it. And then this one, you know, we bought it just to have fun with, kind of like an in-between vehicle while we were waiting for the supercharger on the Tundra and all of that other stuff for that. So thank you guys so freaking much. I truly appreciate it. I did see this. TFL got their 4Runner premium today in California. So, you know, California was some of the first to get it. In all honesty, I didn't try insanely hard to get it in California. I tried probably like 5 or 6 dealerships. A lot of them had over MSRPs. And then I was trying to work with a Toyota contact for a vehicle in California as well. She was super helpful, but all of the ones that I thought would be ideal were all spoken for already, unfortunately. So tons of SR5s were available. I didn't want the SR5 because I had the vision for this truck of what I wanted to do with it. So I will announce that most likely to everyone just to kind of keep the hype around the vehicle and stuff. But it's all good. Scott, don't worry if you are on Facebook listening to this, and I know that this comment was from about 13 minutes ago, which means we are behind on comments, so I will start to catch up. But Facebook, for some reason, I can't see those donations integrated into here. So only Super Chat, for some reason, with this StreamYard program that I use, only works with YouTube. So for everyone, honestly, thank you for reminding me about this, Scott. For everyone, if you guys donated on Facebook to get this like hype train moving real fast to see the reveal, I can't see it on this. So anyone that donated stars over there, I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it also. If you're ever thinking about selling that 4Runner behind you, I'm the first in queue. Brother Bennett, there's a lot of people in queue for sure. So that's why I don't think we could ever sell that 4Runner. The only way I would get rid of that 4Runner and part ways is with a giveaway as well. And it would be a very premium style giveaway too. So yeah, we will see. Lucas says, do you think dealers will eventually sell a lifted 4Runner like they started doing the Tacoma? Oh yeah, dealerships will definitely get some decked out and everything 4Runners, like overland builds and all that stuff too. True. Thank you, man, so much for that notification and everything on deck. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. We will go ahead and scroll down. Can't wait to see it on the channel. Cripple Creek says, heck yeah, heck yeah. Josh says, I wish that they had more packages for the normal off-road like the Tacoma. I do agree with that. But like the 4Runner packages in the past were very mono-spec, you know? It was just like the TRD off-road, then the TRD off-road premium. I just wish that the TRD off-road premium came with a little bit, or I'm sorry, the normal TRD off-road came with a little bit more. And then the premium should have had like dual climate control too. So like that could have been another way to differentiate the two, you know, have just normal single zone climate control on the TRD off-road, give it some automatic seats, which it should have. I don't know why it doesn't, and give it a 14-inch screen. Dude, a lot of people would eat that up for 50, 51 grand for sure. And then the premium, just give it everything, you know? Have you thought about getting the Trail Hunter since you didn't get it in the Tacoma? I think that that would be cool as the next 4Runner after we're done with the gas model. That would be cool because honestly, like the 4Runner Trail Hunter, I like a lot better than the Tacoma Trail Hunter. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I spent hours in the Tacoma Trail Hunter as well during a Toyota event, and it was good. It was fine. I just felt something really special with the TRD Pro here. Thank you, Ray. Tyler, appreciate it. So when am I getting this 4Runner? Since we did just show the reveal. The recent email that I had said, let me check real quick, just so I'm giving you guys the verbatim. Holy crap, I've gotten so many emails in the last 10 minutes. They have not begun shipping out yet. So this is Gulf States Toyota as well. So if you guys hear any rumblings about things getting delayed in the Gulf States area, let me know so I can bang my head up against the wall. But it could go out tomorrow. I will check again in the morning. And FYI, this dealership is very close to the yard where all of these trucks are in there. So they should get it fairly quickly. And then, of course, if my Tacoma out there does not sell, then I'm just going to drive that there, trade it in, see you later, Taco, get in the 4Runner, drive it back home. So that is how that will go. And then I will do a whole kind of vlog and everything like we always do for that. So we are getting close to caught up on the messages, guys. If anyone is still in here and you guys sent a comment or a question from about 20 minutes ago, I've skipped those. The moment we hit the donation goal for the reveal of the 4Runner, I pretty much just picked up after that. So don't think I ignored you. Well, I guess I did. So if you guys have any other questions, throw them into the comments. We are starting to get caught up. I appreciate everyone. And again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but the pinned comment, that is a company that is giving me a pretty good opportunity to make some money to then provide you guys with some content. And of course, you guys can get some meals from Factor for very, very cheap. And if you don't like it, you could just straight up cancel afterwards. But if we get 100 people to sign up, I will supercharge the 4Runner. And then we will drag race said supercharged 4Runner with this new 4Runner. If only 100 people sign up. There's 200 in here right now. And you guys can cancel at any time after the fact. So I don't like beating ads like they're a dead horse. I don't, but like we used that product and it was really good. In fact, we bought more on our own as well. Or we're going to buy more. I told my wife to just pick them and like just buy them because she's still doing keto and everything. And the fact that the company is like really cool and, you know, big YouTubers like Cletus McFarland and freaking Adam LZ, like all these people use Factor, even like NYC detailing and everything, like tons of people use it. So it's pretty legit of a company. But yeah, I was just doing the math in my head. I was like, holy crap, dude, if 100 people sign up with that, like, it's kind of crazy. Glad we got our 21 4Runner in Army Green Trail Edition for $40K. Couldn't pass up on that price, even though it's just a fancy SR5. Yeah, but you get a cool cooler. Army Green cooler in the back of that thing is absolutely wild, and it's so cool. And honestly, like, the SR5 of that generation is so good. I will admit that the SR5 of this generation is a bit plain Jane. And even Sammy said, is it confirmed that the base model SR5 will be getting heated seats or a leather heated steering wheel? I don't think it's getting any of them. Per Toyota's website, unless they effed up, per Toyota's website, the SR5 does not get heated seats nor a heated steering wheel. Whereas like the SR5 of the last generation, you could get it. And I get that Toyota does this and every company does this for product longevity, right? Because if they give you everything all at once, then, you know, what would stop someone from maybe buying a 2025 this year, and then in 4 years when a model gets something like the Tundra, for instance, right? The 2022 Tundra TRD Pros didn't have a black roof, didn't have billet upper control arms, didn't have an automatic tailgate, and I'm pretty sure for 26 there'll be another cool feature or something they add to it. So then someone may be like, ooh, maybe I want to trade in my Solar Octane for that new one, right? So that's how they get more people in through the door. The con to that is the fact that Toyota may have rubbed some people the wrong way. Why is it a $50,000 TRD off-road and you get freaking manual seats, right? They may have potentially lost the customer forever. They may have gone to Bronco or Jeep or the new Honda Passport or whatever, which I still don't agree that that is a 4Runner contender. But they may have just gone to another brand for the same price and then realized like, hey, I like this brand. So that's like the con to it, which I don't understand on Toyota's side. You know, like just give everyone all the features. But I do understand it in the fact of product longevity for, hey, this is what's new. Hey, this is what's new. I mean, remember the 3rd gen Tacoma when it came out? No automatic seats, no dual climate control on certain models, and this, that, and that. And then at the end of the model year, it had radar cruise control, it had Apple CarPlay, it had automatic seats in every single trim level, and that was like revolutionary for the Tacoma. And it had dual climate control, I believe, for every trim level except for the SR. So, I mean, like, it sucks, but, you know, 5-10 years from now, when the 6th gen 4Runner probably goes away, I think that it'll be maybe a 10-year model cycle. We'll see. But at the end of 10 years, you know, we may have an SR5 premium grade with soft tech seats and heated and all this stuff. Like, it just sucks that right now it's very bare bones for the bare bones models, even though they cost not bare bones prices. Do you think I should trade in my Duramax Silverado Trail Boss for the new 4Runner? Aaron, that's a hard one, bro. That's a nice truck, and it's a big full-size truck. Essentially, the 4Runner is a mid-size truck. So that's going to be hard to do, to go from that. But if you haven't like used that truck for, you know, truck stuff, and it's just a big old thing, and you're tired of having a truck, you know, even though it's a half-ton, not like a 3/4-ton truck, then maybe the 4Runner is going to be good. So the thing that I do like about the 4Runner is the fact that it is a very capable SUV. You got a roof. If you put a full-length roof rack, you put sheets of plywood, 2x4 lumber, all that crap up top. The rear window goes down so you could send stuff out the back of it, have a nice little red flag. This new one can tow upwards of 6,000 pounds. So, I mean, the 4Runner has always been like a kind of a Swiss Army knife for Toyota, you know? I want Everest. Dude, I wanted Everest so bad, absolute. But this particular individual that I went through to curate this 4Runner, the Everest was about 2 to 3 weeks out of getting to the port versus this one, which would have been another month essentially until it got delivered probably to the dealership. Norris says support here in Canada. Just got wind of. Oh, sick! That your new dude. That is such a cool color for the Mudbath Tacoma. End of March. You're gonna enjoy it, Norris. Thank you for the support up in Canada. Conti, I do like Toyota cars. Toyota cars are cool. I have recorded some GR stuff while I was at the DC Auto Show. And I really do hope that Toyota comes out with like the MR2 or some fun cars again. Like they have the Supra, the Corolla, and the GR86 are fun cars, but I hope that Toyota goes wild, like with some cars coming up in the future. Adam says that I'm looking at your exact build just in underground. I think it's worth waiting for, or do you think it's worth waiting for the iForce Max? Is it that different of a driving experience? It is, to me at least. The punchy low-end torque that you get from the iForce Max is very good. But it also depends on what you plan on doing with the vehicle. Like if you're just going to daily it around, it does get better city gas mileage for the iForce Max. But if you plan on actually putting some bigger tires on it, maybe you want to put, if you're going to build it out as an overland rig, hands down, the iForce Max is the one to do, just because you're adding weight onto it, and that battery and electronic engine generator really do help make up for that difference as you put weight onto the vehicle. So it drives very good too, and while off-road, it feels like the rear end is planted a little bit more, because what I don't like about SUVs sometimes is that they're very tippy, That's why I like off-roading trucks. But the 4Runner, when I off-roaded them, felt very, very planted on the ground. So if it was me, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I was actually looking for the new 4Runner, and where I'm at right now in life, I'm able to afford the 4Runner and stuff, I would buy the iForce Max is what I would do. So that's kind of weird, right? Like if I had the knowledge of how they drove and I didn't have the YouTube, right, to then just pick my choice, wait it out, see whatever, I would just wait for the iForce Max and do it that way. Yeah, my local dealership is marking up an off-road $15K. Ugh. No bueno. Baseball Geek, how's it going, man? Tyler says, what are you doing with your old 4Runner? I'm going to keep it, my friend. I am going to keep it. We are going to do comparison videos and everything with this 4Runner and the new one. If 100 people buy Factor, which is that pinned comment up above, we will supercharge this 4Runner and then drag race it against the new 4Runner. And I do have some Morimoto lights, third brake light that just came in from this. And then Trail Grid is actually going to be sending out their full Alpine replacement kit for this 4Runner. So back in the day, I did some Rockford Fosgate speakers up in it. And they're fine. And I have a Sony head unit in it right now. But what their Trail Grid is going to be sending out is a full Alpine kit. I don't have a subwoofer in my 4Runner, so it's going to come with a subwoofer. And then it's going to come with a big, nice screen as well for Alpine. So that is where I'm going to be with this 4Runner. So potential supercharger, depending if people buy the Factor stuff with the pin comment. And we also still have some mods for it. And then just comparing, I think that those videos will do really well, is comparing this to the 6th gen, just because, this TRD Pro is essentially what a TRD Off-Road Premium is now in terms of features, the suspension, and all that stuff, right? So it'll be nice to compare those two vehicles, and also for a lot of people to see the differences of driving characteristics, MPGs, cargo area, pros, cons, all this stuff as well. So I think it would be definitely beneficial to really keep that 4Runner. Plus, it's paid off, and I love it, and it's a freaking tank, and they do not make them like they used to. That is very, very evident. So I will be keeping that one. 4Runner Off-Road Premium, iForce Max, or Land Cruiser without the premium package. Now, see, that is compelling. I would probably go Land Cruiser just because the interior is a bit nicer, with the materials at least. But the 4Runner drives better. So that has to be like a deciding factor of, do I want some of the plastic here but still have a relatively nice interior but a better driving vehicle, or go with the unique designed interior, exterior, better interior pieces a little bit for the Land Cruiser, but a vehicle that isn't as peppy as the 4Runner. Again, I've said this in videos. I feel like the Tacoma and the 4Runner are a bit more peppy for some reasons, just the way they're tuned. Plus, two, they take regular gas. So that could save you upwards of 40 cents a gallon depending on where you're at. Hopefully gas is coming down. We will see. But yeah, I mean, it does require premium gas too. So if I was to pick of these two, that would be hard. I may lean towards Land Cruiser, but that would be really tough. That would be a coin flip right there. But now if you're going to roll, 4Runner Premium versus Land Cruiser, even though, the 4Runner Premium most likely won't be an off-road vehicle. Some people may make it an off-road vehicle. I would pick 4Runner, not Premium, Platinum over a Land Cruiser. Daniel says, is there a good way to see what's getting allocated? Trying to find a manual Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. Yeah, so you can go to a dealership in your area if you want to stay in that region. So let me back up. If you look at a Toyota map, you could do like Toyota regional map, and you could see all the regions throughout the United States. Then wherever you want to go, right, you could go to your dealership and say, hey, can you guys just show me per the region? And there may be an easier way to do this. If there's an easier way to do it, let me know. You could ask the dealership like, hey, can you show me what's getting allocated throughout the whole region, right? There's these sheets that people send out, and I've seen them on like the No Markups Toyota page on Facebook. It'll show the truck, the trim, the color, the spec that it is, all this stuff, and then it'll give like the dealer code that it's going to. And they have all these trucks just like on these sheets, like where they're built out, all this stuff. So I've had dealership salesmen send me those as DMs when I was trying to find a TRD off-road. I did like a bolo out there. I was like, hey, I'm looking for this. What do you guys have? And there were a good amount of people that DM'd me and this and that of certain colors, certain trims, what dealerships they were going to, and everything like that. So a good dealership would show you all that stuff. A slimy dealership will only show you what they're getting just because they don't want to lose your business for some reason. But a good dealership should show you everything within the region that you're at. Have you ever test driven an Ineos Grenadier? I have not, Lucho. I have sat in one. It was very unique. There were a crap ton of buttons like all over the place. It was very, very unique for sure. I am going to be getting the TRD Off-Road Premium. So if you want to scroll back in the YouTube video, you can thank the 12 people that donated. They were able to get the donation train going, and I showcased it for you guys early. So people that watch this video, they will all see it. So you guys got to see it early. Do not trade your diesel for a 4Runner. Truck is bigger, more capable. So yeah, it all depends, man, what you are using that truck for. That would be hard for me to do, although I did do it. I traded a 2014 Silverado in for that 4Runner right there. And the moment I got that 4Runner, it was great. I loved it. But it came to the point where I was like, God dang it, dude, I wish I had a truck. So for me, I will always have to have a truck in my driveway now for what we do. Having a truck is so practical. I love it. But if you don't really need a truck, the 4Runner again is the Swiss Army knife. The black one is just lame grandpa's favorite. Black is cool, man. It's hard to keep clean. It is hard to keep a black truck clean, but like they look so good when they're clean. Black is one of my favorite colors on a vehicle. Especially a sports car. It just looks so sinister and everything. I've always loved it. Even Lexus's Caviar is probably one of my favorite blacks ever. It is so good. The sparkle is so rich. It is an incredible color. And then Toyota's Midnight Black Metallic is really good too. If you get that all polished up, it has purples and blues and greens and golds like in the color. It looks so good. Oh, my neck is killing me. Why is your name missing an H? Do you spell it for Toyota? I don't know. My name has an H, Jonathan. It has an H in it. But the way I spell my name, it does not have an H before the N. Why it's missing one? You're going to have to ask my mom because they named me. I don't know. But for me, that's the proper way to spell it because why would it be Jonathan? JY says, would you say the TRD Off-Road Premium non-hybrid is the best trim if I want to plan to do a light Overlander build on it? I think that would be very good. You save the $3,000 as long as you don't go super heavy with stuff to make a light overlander build with it, I think that you'll be perfectly fine. My Tacoma, the TRD off-road that I have out there, it is a light build as well, and the engine handles it decently fine. Did you ask why the Land Cruiser weighs 400 more pounds more than the 4Runner? Probably the body. It has different paneling and stuff on it. It's taller than the 4Runner as well. Bigger glass than the 4Runner. It's definitely a bigger vehicle, different materials on the inside as well than the 4Runner 2, and a lot more plastic and stuff. Plus, two, it's an all-wheel drive vehicle too, Steven. Guaranteed, like standard all-wheel drive. So I'm not sure if you're weighing that 400-pound Land Cruiser to like an SR5, but what I would do is relate it to like a 4Runner Premium, or Platinum. I keep saying Premium because the Land Cruiser is standard four-wheel drive, right? So all of those extra components and everything with it as well to make it probably a little bit heavier. Clarification, did you ask why the hybrid weighs more than the 4Runner hybrid? Again, the same examples. Would you get a TRD Pro or a base-ish GX 550? I would get a GX 5. Well, base-ish, I would probably get a TRD Pro versus a base-ish GX 550. But I would get an Overtrail all day over a TRD Pro 4Runner. It sucks to say. I love the 4Runner. I really do. I had a 2nd-gen 4Runner, had a 4th-gen 4Runner, have a 5th-gen 4Runner, and about to get a 6th-gen 4Runner. But I would, given those two, a TRD Pro or a GX 550 Overtrail, I'd pick the Overtrail every single day. Baseball Geek says 198 people on this live stream. Thank you guys so freaking much. If you guys could leave a like, I appreciate it. It helps all YouTubers out when you guys do that. YouTube is a free platform, but I truly do appreciate all the support that you guys do. Live streams have been crushing it lately, man. It's been really hard to keep up with all the comments. But once we get like an hour in, it starts to slow down a little bit. But like when we start these things, holy crap. You guys, like today, people went off. And then I did the donation train because I was like, you know what? If people want to see it, let's see how bad they want to see it. People wanted to see it. We crushed that 30-minute donation train, I think in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That was incredible. And I'm not like doing another one, right? Because like there are creators out there and hey, good for them. They make all their money on social media and stuff, which is incredible. I do make a good percentage on social media, but I have other revenues of income as well. But like, I feel like there's at a certain point when you just want to talk and engage with your followers versus like, hey, good job, guys. You crushed that donation train. How about another one? It's like, no, like you guys did it. Again, I have a sponsored thing pinned up above just because Factor is giving me a pretty good kickback as well. And if you guys get some good, cheap food out of it too, hey, you get it. I'm like, that's it. You know, like I just want to hang out with you guys. We talk, we BS. That's all good. And again, for everyone who hasn't heard yet, if we get 100 people to do the Factor thing, we supercharge the 4Runner and we freaking race it against the new one. I'm going to make a short form post about that too on Instagram, especially when we get the new 4Runner too. Better on-road feel and handling. 4Runner off-road non-premium versus 1958 Land Cruiser. So believe it or not, I have not driven the 1958 Land Cruiser on the road. I've only driven the 1958 Land Cruiser off-road. So I would probably say road feeling and handling, just off the top of my head, that the 4Runner would probably be better than the Land Cruiser. And for the simple fact that it doesn't feel as cheap on the inside. I mean, granted, the base 4Runner, they're both going to have cloth seats, like the same type of cloth seats. The 4Runner has, I think, like a little bit bigger of the screen. It's an 8-inch screen, so I mean, they're both small. The 4Runner at least has a nice digital dash instead of the one that the Land Cruiser has. And the 4Runner to me has less wind noise than the Land Cruiser too. So I would say that if I just had to guess, that the non-premium 4Runner would probably be a little bit better on road. What is the payload on the new 4Runner? So that's just going to depend on the model that it is, honestly. So and the options installed. I could say, you know, it's like 890 something pounds for like a certain hybrid, right? Like the TRD Pros, I think it's like 895 or something, maybe like just shy of 1,000 pounds. But like if you added sliders to it, a roof rack, this and that, like from the factory, it'll be less. So it is all subject to any of the options that are on the vehicle. Jimmy says, were the 5th Gen 4Runners around the same price as 2nd Gen Tundras new? I'm surprised to see similar prices for new generation of mid-size SUVs and pickups. I actually think that the 4Runner was pretty dang close. The outgoing TRD Pro 4Runner was $54,000, and the outgoing Tundra TRD Pro of its time for 2021 was $56,000 or so. And granted, inflation and stuff and all this other bull crap to where we're at now. But even for 2021, for 4Runner, which would have been Lunar Rock, that was probably around 48, 49. If I had to guess, like MSRP of that, maybe even 50. So yeah, they're pretty close back in 2021, around 50,000. So I got my 2018 4Runner for about 43. There was no TRD Pro that year, but the following year, mine, the Voodoo Blue one I have right now, the MSRP was about 51 for that. So the 4Runner for Voodoo Blue the next year was about 44, 45. So within 5-6 grand of each other, which is where they're at right now, honestly, like looking back. So yeah, it seems that they were pretty close, Jimmy. Noah says, if you get the chance, will you maybe in the future get a Trail Hunter in the Tacoma or 4Runner? 4Runner. I will most likely do a Trail Hunter 4Runner. A lot of people have been asking for that, which kind of makes me think I should have waited for it, like especially with the mentality that I have right now of just like, whatever. But I think that because a lot of people have already built them out and stuff, but I think that we will just do what I think I should do, is build it out, compare it to this one in every way possible, and then do a giveaway. Doesn't the heavier weight of the hybrid 4Runner offset any meaningful power gains compared to the base engine? The base SR5 two-wheel drive comes in at only 4,400 pounds, making it unladen and agile. I mean, maybe, but like you driving it, you can't tell like that. I mean, driving it, you can tell that there's more power in the other ones. So, I mean, in a drag race, maybe if you like floored it and like towards the end because it's lighter, maybe, I don't know, but you could easily tell that the more powerful ones, they got the power. They really do have the power, especially low end. You could feel like, whoop, like throws you back a little bit. It's pretty good. Does the payload of the TRD Pro and Trail Hunter concern you? It doesn't concern me. I'm not getting one right now, and people are going to overload them anyways. And Toyota is not telling you to go and overload your Toyotas, but they are very conservative with their numbers. I mean, even my 4Runner right here, I'm probably pushing, like with me, my wife, and our dogs in it, I'm probably pushing close to the payload capacity of this 4Runner, just because I put a front bumper on it. There's a lift, heavier tires, the rock sliders, the roof rack, the ladder in the back. I'm probably pushing close to the payload capacity of my 4Runner right there. So Teresa says, hey, John, what car do you recommend that's comfortable for a small family of 3? A RAV4, honestly. Like, if it's just the 3 of you, like you, your spouse, and a kiddo, RAV4. Like, that's comfortable, it's affordable, it's decently sized inside. If you need something just a smidge bigger, dare I say the Crown Signia, because it looks cool, and it's a little bit longer than the RAV4, or the Highlander, if we're just keeping it in the Toyota family, right? Because that's my channel. But definitely the RAV4. Definitely the RAV4. Love that you did the video with Talon. You missed my question on the GX last live stream. When is the GX coming? I hope you're still in here, Roman, because this is about 10 minutes old. I really hope you're still in here. I'm sorry I missed it on the last live stream. Again, these live streams have been popping. I truly, truly appreciate it. I am aiming to have the GX next year. Now, I know, like I said, I'm getting rid of the Land Cruiser and I want a GX. I'm aiming to get it towards the end of this year into next year. So it may be this upcoming 4Runner's replacement. And I'm really hoping that like my wife and I get to a point with both like my YouTube, her real estate and her lending stuff and our Airbnb properties and all this stuff. I really hope that we get to the point where the GX we're buying as like a family vehicle and it doesn't need to be on the YouTube channel. And we could just have that as like a nice road trip vehicle, throw the dogs in, have the vehicle be a legit long-term car. So like I'm trying to find an Overtrail in Nori green. So like that, I'm not going to settle for anything else. I want the Overtrail and I want it in Nori green. And like, I know when I had an Overtrail Plus, I was kind of like, you don't really need it. Like you could just buy a normal Overtrail and be happy. And I still 100% agree with that. But if I'm like being super picky about the color and for how long we want to have it, and if we're going to road trip it and stuff, the massaging seats and just having all the features would be nice. So I'm just going to swing for the fences on the GX and just like look for an Overtrail Nori green, or I'm sorry, Overtrail Plus in Nori green. So Roman, I really hope you're in here, man. I'm so sorry that this question's 10 minutes ago, but we are getting to the point where we're somewhat caught up with everyone. So I'm glad I answered it now. But at the end of this year, towards early next year, is when I'm really hoping that we're able to secure a Lexus, new, used, whatever, lightly used. I hope. I enjoyed getting cars new, but yeah, we will see. I have a Talon in my videos too that I just haven't edited yet because I haven't been home, and I have a lot of footage, and I can focus on a laptop really well. But like when I have multiple camera angles and stuff, I just like mentally have to use a bigger computer screen. And I just haven't sat down to get those videos decently edited yet. So there's still a couple more 4Runner videos that I need to produce for you guys. Is a 4Runner SR5 well capable off-road? 100%. You don't need a TRD off-road. You really don't. The 4Runner with the 8-track system and the 4-wheel drive, there's tons of people, even in the 5th generation of 4Runner, that built out SR5s. SR5s are very capable off-road. So you don't need the flashiness of a TRD off-road. People built out TRD Sports. People even off-roaded Limiteds. Like the Toyota's 4-wheel drive system is very, very good for 90%, maybe even 95% of the stuff that a typical individual will do off-road. And the SR5 is great. So you don't need to spend the money on just the Mac Daddy vehicles. You don't. The only reason I showcase that for you guys is for all the features and stuff, and I enjoy them. I enjoy it. So, but yes, the 4Runner is 100% totally capable. Great choice on the Nori green. I'm still here, brother. Appreciate you, Roman. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I again, in the Land Cruiser video that I did, I said, yo, what color you guys want to see? And Earth, obviously, is a big one. But for me, like, when it comes to the Earth color, not that Toyota ruined it or Lexus ruined it, but that was their, like, halo vehicle, essentially, like halo color for everything GX, So, like, not that they ruined it, it's just you never really saw Nori green. And a Nori green Overtrail with all the black accents, black roof, is like super rare. You never really see it. And I love the Nori green color. That and Caviar. Like I would be totally fine with either of the two, just an all black GX Overtrail Plus Caviar color. Oh my God. Would be really cool. All right, let me get to where we were. Where were we? Everyone, I appreciate everyone. F Seb says if and we're about 13 minutes behind in comments right now. If the 5th gen 4Runner was heavily criticized for being severely underpowered at 270 horsepower, how can the 6th gen 4Runner be considered more powerful with only 8 more horsepower? Well, it has to come to torque. So in SUVs, while horsepower is nice, torque is where it's at. So 5th gen 4Runner torque. What is the 5th gen torque? How much torque does a 2024 4Runner have? So the 6th gen 4Runner has 278 pound-feet of torque, whereas the new one has 374 217. I wonder what RPM that comes on at. 4Runner peak torque RPM. At 44, this is AI, okay? But it's getting the torque numbers right. And there's also another run right here. So the 5th gen 4Runner reaches its peak torque. So it reaches that 278 torque number, which torque is what you need. Torque is, let's get off the line and go. Horsepower is like, I'm running now. So like if a car has more horsepower, it's gonna go faster at the end of the day. If a car has a shit ton more torque, it's gonna get out of the pocket a lot better. So when everyone's talking about horsepower numbers for big old SUVs and stuff, that's cool, but it's really about torque. So 278 here. Let me show you guys real quick. I really hope you're still in here, but this is good for everyone in here. How do I stop? No, I want to stop sharing the screen. Present, screen, here, share, right? Sharing, yes. All right, so right here. So the 5th gen 4Runner reaches its peak torque at 4,400 RPMs. This translates to 278 foot-pounds of torque. Now the new one, the 6th gen 4Runner, let's see if AI does it again. 1,700 RPMs. So almost double or a third faster to get to your peak torque of, where are we at? It's 317 pound-feet of torque for the new one, which delivers most of its torque low in the rev range compared to the previous V6 engine. Look at the AI, dude. That's kind of crazy. But it has 315 pound-feet of torque. Now with this as well, right, we have an 8-speed transmission. So where this 4Runner only had a 5-speed transmission, the new one has an 8-speed. So while you're cruising on the highway or in between certain gears and stuff, you're very dang close always to about that 1,500 to 1,700 RPM range to meet that, which means when you put your foot on the gas of that vehicle, it's gonna like want to go a little bit faster than this one because again, the torque is further in the RPM range. So numbers on paper, you know, they're cool. Some numbers are bigger and stuff. That's why like, yeah, exactly, Larry. I love that. Horsepower sells cars, torque wins races, for sure. Yes, it does. And rotational mass of tires. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into races and stuff, right? But yes, that is why. And yeah, FSEB, this isn't like, we're not dogging on you or anything. You asked a legitimate question, so I wanted to explain it and stuff too in a thoughtful way. That's why like when people are all, well, it has a 4-cylinder, like it's not going to move those tires as good as like the 4Runner with 35s on it. Oh, that little engine can't move that truck with those big tires. It's going to move it better than that thing right behind me, right? Just because of the torque coming on so early, the 8-speed transmission that can shift through the gears faster and stuff, and obviously its final drive speed. So yes, that is why even though that the numbers aren't crazy different on paper, the like just where the torque comes on and how low, it literally feels like somewhat of a diesel truck with just how low that torque comes on. So hopefully that explained it well enough for you. We went a little deep there, but yeah, I just like to explain stuff for you guys. And I'm not a freaking mechanic or an engineer by any means. Like I don't say that I am like the best knowledge ever here on Automotive YouTube. There are people way better than me at that, like Tinker's Adventures. Go watch his stuff if you want insane explanations for everything. Car Care Nut, you know, I get his people that come over to my channel all the time telling me I'm an idiot for going 5,000, 10,000 miles in an oil change. Hey, there's other people for content. I'm all about it. The more the merrier, right? Arham says, I can imagine the plot twist of where your 4Runner gets stuck. Like the solar octane Tacoma you were supposed to get. Dude, do not put that bad luck on me at all. I don't need it. It's landed. I don't need that bad luck. I hope not, dude. If it does, I'm just going to wait it out. And honestly, like if it does take another 2-3 weeks to get released for some reason, then I will talk to my contact again and say, hey, are there any hybrids like coming, like a trail hunter that's not spoken for? And like, yeah. So if it gets caught up at the port, I will say this now. I revealed the 4Runner to you guys. But if for some unforsaken or godforsaken reason that it gets stuck for like 3 weeks, I'll just wait 2 more and get a trail hunter. All right? So that is my handshake deal with you guys. If it gets stuck for some unforeseen reason, we will get a trail hunter. But if not, we are getting the Heritage Blue. I was surprised the Everest color wasn't offered in the limited and platinum trim. Dude, a platinum Everest, well, besides the blue interior, a platinum Everest would look really cool with all the black accents and stuff on it. John, I was thinking of getting a 25 4Runner, a 2005 4Runner with the 4.7 V8 with 217 miles for 7.5. Should I get it? If it's clean, that's a lot of miles on that. I would definitely, with that 4.7, you want to make sure that the timing belts have been changed regularly. That way it doesn't lock up, and it should be done every 90 to 100,000 miles. So I would make sure that that timing belt was done good. And if the vehicle is clean and it's 4-wheel drive, yeah, anywhere from 6 to that 7.5, I feel like that's fair. Especially depends on where you're located, Tony. If you're located out in the West Coast, that's a killer deal for sure. But if this is like up north in like the Rust Belt area, may want to definitely make sure that that vehicle is taken care of. F7 and Sammy are going back and forth. That's hilarious. Yeah, sorry I got to your question a little bit late, F7. We are a little bit behind. Is Everest more so dark green or a bluish green? It's like an aqua green, kind of. Like, it depends on the light, because if it's dark out, it's a darker green. If the sun is hitting it directly, it's a very light green with like some blue hues to it. 4Runner or Land Cruiser, it depends on the trim, but for the majority of trims and price, I would say 4Runner, honestly. If the Land Cruiser had a V6 in it, I would say Land Cruiser. But I will go with the 4Runner on that one. Tony, the driver, asked the seller what their maintenance record is because, oh yeah, so Datcheck says, yes, this is a big thing, especially with the vehicles with that many miles. You want to see the Carfax if possible. You may have to pay for it. Just ask the owner for the VIN. You may have to run your own Carfax on it. I got a 3rd-gen 4Runner for my sister at 250,000 miles. I basically rebuilt it and painted it. It looks great. Yeah, so it all depends on, where this car is, rust, the timing belt for sure for that 4.7. You want to make sure that's not cracking or anything. Check all the engine mounts too, the transmission. As well. So it should be a solid vehicle. That 4.7 is a stout engine if it's taken care of properly. Good for you. What do you love? Oh, doing what you love and getting paid for it. Yeah, Nordland, I love it. And again, like I've said this many times in videos and stuff and everything. Like I don't have to do the YouTube. I enjoy doing the YouTube. I really do. Making content for you guys, going on these trips. Getting new vehicles, working with companies, growing them as well. I mean, it's just so awesome to do. And that's why I don't like doing all this clickbait content of like, oh, the world's falling apart, cars aren't selling, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a crap. Like, I could make so much more money on YouTube if I did videos like that. But I would rather do videos that shout out companies that help me out, work with them, help them grow, help you guys, decide if you like a car or not. I could care less if you buy a Toyota. I'm not selling them. I could care less if you guys buy them. I just don't want you to buy them because some guy on the internet talks it up and you guys love it. Like, that's why I try to give the pros and the cons of these vehicles and how expensive they are, what actual ownership's like, just from my perspective, and then modifying them. And again, just working with companies, like Trail Grid. I did their video for them on my 4Runner years ago when I did Trail Grid stuff in my 4Runner. And Cliff, when I met him at the Overland Expo, he shook my hand. He's like, dude, I want to personally thank you for that video that you did on your 4Runner 4 years ago. He's like, we've never seen like orders like that just come in randomly and stuff, and we had like no idea where they came from and all this. And well, they knew where it came from because I reached out for them, but like it took a while for me to install the part, just like it has on the Tundra, which sucks. But like he personally thanked me. He's like, that like really set us up for like the next momentum that they got. And now TrailGrid is doing incredible. I'm not saying I was the only one, right, that allowed him to do that, but hearing those stories back is just freaking awesome, you know? And I would much rather have sponsors like that, help companies out like that, than make a video that gets 1 million views and, you know, just because it's talking crap on a vehicle for some reason. But yeah, can't stand the clickbait. There are more random Joe than just that individual out there, and you know they're growing, and it's whatever. But a lot of the information is completely false. Like with Tacoma sales, Tim Esterdahl, pickup truck plus SUV talk, he actually just made a short form video on that. That Tacoma sales right now for January, and there's still the videos of lot rot, right? Tacoma sales for January at the closeout were up 10% from that of last year, which still isn't a lot because last year they were changing the whole freaking plants in Mexico, dude. In December into January, they're changing plants. Then they had QC holds for like the first freaking quarter of like no one could buy really a Tacoma. They were scarce up until like March, right? I bought my Tacoma in March and it was freaking hard to find a damn Tacoma. So like I get it. And then people are like, oh, sales are down. Well, no shit. It's a new truck. So people don't do their research, you know, and stuff like that. And I have the fortunate time to talk with people at Toyota, and I would hope that they don't lie. But I ask them, yo, what are these actual numbers? And then Toyota publishes their numbers too online. So if any of these individuals just wanted to do like a lick of research and not just their dealership in their freaking town, it's not that hard. Like you can really see what's going on. And it's like people forgot too before COVID. Like before COVID, you could go to a dealership. There was 10 Tundras, 15 Tundras on the lot or whatever it was, right? Of different models. You got to pick, you got to drive, you got to negotiate. Like I don't understand how it's a bad thing, but I digress. Ray says, great choice on the Nori Green over Trail Plus. I love mine and it was the only spec I would accept. Fortunately, I was able to get it with the Onyx roof and Chateau interior. Can't go wrong with that, John. I need to double check interiors and stuff, but that Chateau one, I believe, is the one with like the olive drab suede and everything too on it, I think. And I can't like, it sucks because like I really want to talk about the LX right now, but that video will be out tomorrow. If I had the money, I would buy the LX all day over the GX just because of the hybrid powertrain. And the fact that it's an overtrail model, triple lockers, I would never use it, me personally, if I had that vehicle. But my gosh, the LX just in general, we're not talking Lexus. I'm not talking about the 700H powertrain and how it drives. But the LX 700 or the LX 600 in general is just a little bit bigger, a little bit more comfortable, and definitely a bit more, even more plush on the inside with materials. My God. Did you see CBI Off-Road's 6th Gen 4Runner? They just modded, looks sick. I did, Adam. And so like, you know, like that, right? Like Westcott has talked to me about building out the 4Runner. CBI has, Cali Rays and stuff too. So it's like, it sucks. Like, so it's a good problem to have, right? But for me as the content creator, I feel not picked on. That's the total wrong word to do. But like I just expressed, I like to help out companies. I like to grow them even bigger if I can. It's like, how do you pick which one? You know, how do I pick which company to go with for this stuff? Currently, though, my 4Runner has Westcott stuff on it, right? So that is why I am leaning towards doing Jeff stuff, because this 4Runner behind me has Westcott stuff on it. So if we build up this Heritage Blue to be just like this one and then do a giveaway on it, I'm really liking this thought right now, guys. I'm not going to lie. I knew I wanted to give away this 4Runner, but talking with you guys in this chat and like saying that about this one, comparing it, and then building up to be like this one, really actually has me excited to launch this giveaway. Everything happens for a reason. So yeah, so that would be cool for that. And then, you know, maybe work with CBI in the future Cali Raised, all these companies that we've worked with, maybe even new ones too, like SDHQ. They've reached out to me as well to do stuff with the Land Cruiser. So, I mean, trying to like not pin myself in a corner to only work with like one company, right? But you guys can tell companies that I've worked with in the past that have been really good and super high quality. So I'm like, yeah, why would I recommend another product? But I want to recommend other products because there's price ranges, right? Westcott Designs, very expensive. Westcott Designs, very premium. Other companies like Calories, very affordable, not as premium as Westcott Designs, but a super solid quality product that a good majority of people can afford and also is discounted, right? So it just all depends. CBI Off-Road, I have not done their products yet to really give a fair shake. So that is why, you know, I also want to try all these products as well, just to give them, you know, fair shakes to when people ask me like, hey, John, what do you think about this? I can actually have information for you guys. LX is basically a Sequoia, kind of. It's a little bit smaller than the Sequoia. The wheel length is shorter. What's up, Ryan? How's it going, man? I see you in here. I appreciate you, bud. Thank you for the call today. It was sweet to hear your voice. The LX is basically a little bit shorter of a version than the Sequoia, a little bit shorter of a wheelbase too. It's pretty much our Land Cruiser here in the United States is what that is. 4Runner or base GX. So again, this depends on the trim level of the 4Runner. Like if you're talking base SR5 versus base GX, GX all day, right? But if you're talking like 4Runner Trail Hunter or a TRD Pro versus a base GX, I would probably go with the 4Runner because for me, the one to get on the GX is the Overtrail, honestly. Friend liked my 4th gen Tacoma TRD Sport. He ended up getting a pre-runner. Pretty cool because I don't see that trim often, but it doesn't feel as comfortable on the road as my Sport. Yeah, so the Sport is a very good on-road driving vehicle. I will admit that while I do enjoy this TRD Pro, you know, we're going to have it. We're going to have fun with it. I need to get with the guys. There is a trail run going on in February that I hope to take this Pro or maybe the 4Runner out on to go fast with because that is what I bought this truck for. But I do want to do a Tacoma pre-runner build and actually build it into a pre-runner. And maybe that will be the day where, you know, I have another house. Well, I do have a house, but one that I actually live in Arizona, and the truck just stays out there, right? We do some Florida stuff. We do some Arizona stuff. You guys buying Factor with that pinned comment will definitely help. Will definitely help do that. I mean, if 1,000 people buy the Factor stuff, we will have a house in Arizona freaking tomorrow again, right? And we'll live that double life. But I don't see that ever happening. But that would be rad. So, but yeah, I would love to do a pre-runner build like that. Dad Check says, now I want to look up how much torque and horsepower my Africa twin turbo motor has compared to the new one. Yo, Solar Octane should run off of some power. Dude, this Dad Check guy is freaking hilarious. I got my 3rd gen from my sister for $850. It was my high school buddies before that, and he's Special Forces. Now I hold on to it dearly. Love that, man. Yeah, so that's a vehicle 100% worth fixing up for sure. Why no dark blue on any of the Toyota trucks or off-road Lexus products? Is my nautical blue 5th gen 4Runner worth more now? Okay, so that is what I wish. So the Nori green is what I'm going for the GX eventually whenever we do it. But if Toyota did their if Lexus did their dark blue that they have, again, I forget what it's called. You guys told me in the chat the other day. But if Toyota did their dark blue with the black roof on the GX 550 Overtrail, all day I'm getting that. I am a sucker for blues, as you guys can tell. Fun fact, my Instagram handle before it was just TRD John was blue TRD John. Actually, it was like that cavalry blue TRD or that blue TRD. And I changed it a couple times. And then before dropping the blue, it was blue TRD John. And then I just changed it to TRD John for Toyota Review Dude. If you guys didn't know, that's what that acronym stands for my channel. Toyota Review Dude, when we started reviewing more cars and stuff on the channel. So that's why I dropped the blue. For me, it didn't make sense. Now I kind of wish I kept it because we got the 4Runner, the other 4Runner, the Land Cruiser, and also the freaking Tundra that are blue. So, oh my gosh. Tony says, update John, I'm in Volusia County and the 05 4Runner is at a used car dealership. It's been sitting for like a year. Brother, oh my gosh. What dealership? Maybe we could look it up on here and we could see it and not roast it, but we could see. It won't let you send a link in the chat, but you may be able to tell us what dealership it's in or at. FSEB says that Trail Grid is great. They did the installation on my 5th gen and cleaned up other installers' work. Wow, that is good to hear. Yes, I mean, they are all about it, man. They are all about it, and I love it. I love it. It's good quality stuff. They use good quality parts, and I enjoy supporting companies like that. Cripple Creek, later, man. I'm sure you're already gone. That was 8 minutes ago. Random Joe says he loves his Westcott ladder. Good quality stuff. Mine's not even rusting. Granted, the 4Runner stays in the garage, but it's been pretty good. Anthony says, thank you. That helps. I'm between the TRD Pro and a base GX 550 since that's my price range. Man, when it comes to that, bro, like I said, I would probably do the TRD Pro 4Runner at that point between the two. That's what I'd probably do. Kyle says, what are the chances of getting an older Land Cruiser in your fleet? I think one day that would definitely happen. A super clean Heritage Blue is one that, or Heritage Blue, Heritage Edition Land Cruiser would be one, like a collector's piece that I would definitely really like. So, excuse me, kind of like that Tundra TRD Pro out there, which is my goal to pay that truck off in the next 3 months. I'm trying to do that just to be done with it. And like, once that truck's paid off, I won't have like thoughts in my head of wanting to sell it. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie, I have thought about like, I'll just sell it. Like, just because, you know, it's ran its course on the channel, but like, that's not the point of that truck for me right now. I want to build it out and it be one of the Toyotas that stays in my nice garage in the future that I have visioned for me of my favorite types of Toyotas that they've ever made, and other cars. I do enjoy other cars, and there will be other cars there. But that Tundra is one of them. A Heritage Edition Land Cruiser, white with the gold, or obviously black with the gold. But white is a unique one. I think that would be good with the gold accents and everything with it. And then I would supercharge it as well. And that would be one of the ones that just kind of stays in the garage. So I would love to have a Land Cruiser, a 200 series one day for sure. I want to import a 70 series, but again, I love talking goals and ambitions and stuff like that. And that's what people need to move forward in life and stuff, and not just stay stuck. But if we buy a place in Costa Rica, which I would love to do, or my house in Mexico, if Mexico turns around a bit more, I would have a Hilux, a GR Hilux, and also they sell 70 series and stuff in Costa Rica. So I'd love to have a 70 series down there too. Ray says, really looking forward to the content on the LX Overtrail. Have the opportunity to get one, but I'm not sure if I could justify $30,000 more than what I paid for my GX 6 months ago. Yeah, Ray. It's expensive for sure. I will say though, like with the 25 LX, the fact that they finally have like that nice digital screen, the same one that your GX has, just makes the interior automatically look so much better. I don't understand that ugly analog screen that they put in that thing for like 2022 or 3 whenever the LX came out. But that digital screen is really nice. It has Lexus Safety Sense 3.0, so you have all those good gizmos and gadgets. And then the LX700H Overtrail, you have the 2400 watt inverter in the back. You could get it with 3 seats, or 3 rows of seats as well. And I fit back there in the back of those seats. There was actually a decent amount of space for how that SUV is. And honestly, like the batteries in the back and the way Lexus did it, it makes so much more sense than the Sequoia. So my video coming out tomorrow, and I know creators and everyone has already done their walk around videos and stuff. I was going to post that today, but I'm just going to leave that for tomorrow and then add my on-road driving and also the little bit of an off-road course that we had with it. And that will be the video that drops tomorrow night. But bro, she's some coin. She's some coin for sure, more than the GX. But yes, triple lockers for the win. If you're going to use the crap out of it for that, that is the way to go. Nightfall Mica. Thank you, Kevin. Nightfall Mica. Yes, if they offered that on the GX Overtrail and also the Lexus LX Overtrail with the black roof, that, like winner right there. That would be so much better. It'd be so cool. Yeah, hey, again, I'm done plugging it after this because we're going to wrap up like in 20, 30 minutes or whatever. But if you guys want to see me in a Lexus 700H Overtrail, I will put a deposit and buy one tomorrow if 1,000 of you buy the factor stuff, right? Even the hundreds of you that are in here right now, if like you get like 2 of your family members or whatever to do it, dude, there will be a LX 700 in my freaking driveway as soon as possible. Like that's how good Factor is trying to hook me up right now. So, but that's hilarious that we say that. 0 car payments is such a wonderful thing. It really is. So the 4Runner's paid off. All I do for that is like $80 a month in insurance. Same with the Tundra. It's about $90 a month. So if that gets paid off, then it would be nice. And I wouldn't feel guilty if it's like sitting here or if it's sitting at Westcott Designs or something like that, you know, getting worked on because I don't have a car payment for it. It would just be the insurance on it and stuff. So there's about $33,000 left on that Tundra. I just put $5,000 towards it today because I was like, let's just start this. Let's start this motivation and stuff. Hopefully my wife's not listening to me because we have a new roof to put on this house. But whatever. Yeah, we're selling that Tacoma and stuff out there and gonna get some money from that. So it'll be good. Bearded Bato says, John, you think Toyota will ever offer the naturally aspirated engines again? I do not. The only naturally aspirated engines that I think that they will be selling is the 2.5 hybrid systems. I think that those are the only naturally aspirated ones, technically, that Toyota will continue to sell, and their prime engines and stuff. So I don't think that they would go back on it, even with Trump doing a lot of getting rid of the Green New Deals and all that stuff, unless a lot of that stuff sticks, you know, for several presidencies and auto manufacturers are able to be a little bit more lax with some stuff. But I don't think that just his presidency will allow manufacturers to be like, oh, well, we developed this vehicle for the last like 6-7 years because of where everything was. Let's just throw a V6 back in it. So it takes time for these cars to do stuff. So unless some stuff sticks, then we'll see. Oh, shit. My wife was in here. She heard me say that. God dang it. All right. You guys definitely need a buy factor. Oh, they don't ship to Hawaii. What the heck, bro? That's bullcrap. Well, I appreciate you trying. That really does mean a lot. If you have some friends stateside or whatever, then you could still send them out that stuff. I appreciate it, though. But that sucks they don't ship to Hawaii. Maybe it's a freshness thing because it came to our door like in a box with freeze-dried those freaking blocks of ice, and the whole meals were frozen. So that makes, honestly, me feel like it sucks that you can't experience it. I feel good because they're not risking the integrity of the meal by shipping it over to Hawaii. So, yeah. $80 a month for car insurance. OMG, I hate living in Cali. Well, so here's the thing, Scotty, is so insurance, it really depends on a lot of stuff. It depends on, you know, credit score, driving history, obviously your location, like California. Insurance right now in California and Florida. But California, y'all are getting absolutely, you know, with insurance right now in all regards. So yeah, it's crazy. But the 4Runner is a bit cheaper because I kind of skewed my insurance that way. Like I have a super high deductible on it. Like I have a super high deductible for comprehensive on it. And also I have it sitting at, I think, 15 or 2,000 miles a year. So I skewed my whole insurance policy for the 4Runner to be like super low. So like in that video where I talked to you guys about like my insurance per month on all the cars, you're like, oh shit, that's not that bad for that many cars. It's because on my app, on my Allstate app, I put all of them pretty much low mileage because I have 4 cars to drive, right? The Land Cruiser actually should be a little bit higher because Bree's been driving it a lot. But like this 4Runner, like, I mean, I like to drive it on the weekends sometimes, you know, when there aren't other cars in the way. But this thing probably doesn't get more than maybe 1,000 to 1,500 miles on it a year. So that I've skewed it to where they could be cheaper like that. Texas insurance sucks too. Yeah, pretty much all of our states. Dude, the only state like that is good with insurance. I'm not sure about auto insurance just because of like all the rocks and stuff on the highway, but like homeowners insurance and stuff in Arizona, dude, there ain't nothing that happens in Arizona. Maybe if you're living in Flagstaff with like some fires and stuff and whatnot, but yeah, it's crazy. Scotty, I got a quote on a used Camry with AAA. They want $300 a month. I have a clean record. Shop around, bro. We have Allstate right now. Granted, I also have military discount too on my Allstate. But I would just shop around. Geico, we had Geico before, and then we switched to Allstate. When I was younger, I was trying to get insurance for a truck, and because I was military, everyone's like, use USAA. Dude, they wanted like $350, almost $400 a month, and this was back in 2014. I was like, the heck? And I called Geico, and they're like, yeah, $125 a month. I'm like, see you later. Like, so yeah, it all depends on the carrier. It all depends on how they write the policy, and you can tweak your policy and everything as well. Heritage Edition 200 series are still bringing a pretty penny. Yeah, I expect like a clean one that I want in the future to be like 80, probably 80. It's going to be, and I don't think it's worth it. I don't. I think that it's crazy that Land Cruisers, like, they're so old and they hold their value so crazy. But again, I would pay it, right, to have that. So that's why they demand that price, is because the people that are paying those prices, they know what they're getting. I've heard this too, Luis. El Salvador has had a huge, like, revolutionary turn for sure. I've actually heard about that, and because I believe, I'm not sure what they call him, king or president, or I'm not sure the role of the individual in charge there, but like he just cleaned it all out and everything, went with like cryptocurrency and all that stuff there being accepted, and now there's a ton of business going into El Salvador and stuff too, and hopefully it's able to stay, you know. That'd be really, really cool if it's able to do that. All right. Ryan, that's funny, dude. Toyota has proven reliability as far as hybrid vehicles, but I do wonder about the turbos on the 4-bangers. Yeah, so that time will tell, man. Time will tell with the 4 cylinders for sure. It's going to be rough, you know, potentially. I hope it's not. The Tacomas have been off to a decent start, like engine-wise. But, you know, Toyota, it's not the first turbos Toyota's done. They've had turbos in the 22R tease back in like the 80s. The Supras have had them. That's really it. The Supras, Celicas. I guess Toyotas overseas have a bunch of turbos and stuff too, especially in their diesels, right? So, I mean, it's nothing new to them. And granted, they are a third-party manufacturer. That's why the Tundra had turbo issues in the beginning, was because of manufacturing and stuff. But, yeah, it'll all depend. So, the nice thing is that this engine is going to be in a lot of different vehicles, from Lexus, kind of a style of it, to the Land Cruiser, to the Tacoma, to the 4Runner, to the new GX when it gets its hybrid system, if it does do the 2.4 hybrid. So, like, it's going to be all over the place. So that will hopefully help with reliability and everything. FSEP, sorry I missed this. When are you installing the Ironman 2.5s, as I can only find them online in Australia and not the US yet? I need to double check with them because I requested them for the 4Runner. And I'm going to see how they are on the 4Runner, just because these Bilsteins are starting to get pretty old on it. So we'll see how those are. And, you know, the 4Runner is just a mall crawler. I don't need any mid-travel or, you know, suspension with like reservoirs or anything on it. And those 2.5 kits will most likely be better than the Bilsteins that are on it anyways. So hopefully soon. I need to get with them because the space trailer is getting shipped. So I need to see the status on all the other good Ironman 4x4 products that I picked up. And again, like this, like not to tangent back, but this goes back to just talking about working with companies and stuff. If my YouTube was a bunch of negativity, like no companies would want to really work with me, right? So it's really cool that I get to work with companies and just, you know, message them and say, hey, I enjoy their products and stuff, and I've used them firsthand. They've been great. And I want to showcase that to my audience and stuff. And then next thing you know, you get this trailer and you get the products on it and stuff. And don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, it's so easy. Like it's a good amount of work, and the deliverables that I have for the trailer, the photos, the videos, everything that I have to do for it and stuff. And the audience, like hopefully I have to convert some sales, which would be absolutely awesome if I do that. So like there's work that goes into it. It's not just free product and stuff, but it's cool. Because space trailers, you know, they're a relatively small mom and pop company up in Michigan, I believe. They're up there. And it's cool that they trust me to showcase their trailers and, you know, potentially get their eyes on it, people's eyes on it, and more people involved with what they actually do to showcase what the trailer can do. And it just helps them out, you know, and that's awesome. And who knows, 10, 15 years from now, maybe they're a multi-million-dollar business like doing that stuff, or even more than that, like not 6 figures, Jesus Christ, like 8-figure business plus, you know, maybe even 9. That'd be cool. Justin says, that's a unique way to spell Justin. Says, is it true that the new 4Runner was looking into the limited? Does not need a lift to put 33s on it. Depends on the trim, but the TRD Off-Road and TRD Pro and and Trail Hunter come stock with 33s. So they have the same crash plate that you can move, like the Tacoma does, and also the Land Cruiser, to free up some space. So I think that you could fit even on a limited, unless it's 2-wheel drive and it's a lot lower to the ground. I think that you could fit 33s on the new 4Runner, no problem. I hope. Depends on your offset. So just because you put 33s on it and you get like some wild offset and you're like, oh, John said it would fit, do a normal offset that someone would do. Plus 25s, plus 35s. Don't have that freaking thing poking out like 6 inches past the freaking fender, and no crap, it's gonna rub. But yeah, 33 should fit perfect on the 4Runner. What's better, the hybrid or non-hybrid? Hybrid, man. Hybrid all the way, Harmon. If your budget allows it, if we're still talking 4Runner, yeah. Where's the supercharger update? David, I know. I am on it with Yota Mafia. They said this month. They said that's what Magnuson said. That like the invoice has been drafted up with Yota Mafia. It's been ordered and stuff. We are waiting on Magnuson. So we're waiting on Magnuson. It's been ordered. I have no idea. I will double check with them. But Breland told me that it should be here before March. And it should be installed before March. I hope. So I know. It is killing me not having this Tundra supercharged, man. Because that's like the next step for this build, is having it supercharged. And then after that, it's, you know, a couple more mods that we'll probably do, honestly, before the supercharger comes in. And then after that, I hope to have the Tundra paid off, and then it's just shipped to Westcott Designs, and it just sits there and slowly gets built up. But I can't. Yeah, Ryan, where's my blower? Where is it at? Ryan, everyone, ask Ryan where the blower's at. Where is it, Ryan? Where is it? But again, speaking of blowers, 100 people by factor. We'll supercharge the 4Runner. I'm telling you, man, we'll supercharge the 4Runner. I will freaking do it. Where is it? I have no control. Get control, Ryan. We need to know where the supercharger is. We want to hear supercharger noises. I will get with Breland, guys. But yes, last I know, we were still waiting on Magnuson. So none of us have control over it at all. It is a manufacturing process and a shipping process. We will see. Pro Charger versus Magnuson. So I don't know if Pro Charger has, or maybe it was bad tunes or something like that, but there was a string of 4Runners, not just one, but there were a couple of them that blew up people's engines for the 4Runner. So like, I do like the Pro Charger approach. I think that it's really cool, but there were, and this was several years ago, so maybe I should give them a fair shot. But I do like how the Magnuson on the 4Runner is a very OEM plus kind of a feel to it, you know? And that's the reason why I'm doing it on the Tundra. Even though, like, I asked you guys, like, supercharger or turbocharger, a good amount of people said turbos, and I really wanted to do the turbos. Ryan actually showed me this turbo kit, and it was super sick. But just for an OEM plus, very proven, reliable company and stuff, I just elected to go with Magnuson. Roman says, while the Overtrail Plus is nice for off-roading, I think that the Premium Plus is the best balance I needed. The third row, and Lexus definitely messed up with no third row on the Overtrail. That's very true as well. So, I mean, if you are comparing like the 4Runners to the entry-level GXs and stuff, or if you just want the Premium Plus, because I mean, it still has the center locking diff, it still has the multi-terrain select and all that stuff as well, I believe, on those entry level, and the crawl controls on those GXs as well. I believe it does, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you get the third row. So that is something I see Lexus maybe adding to the GX in the future. Again, it's like the whole product longevity, you know, maybe now Roman's like, oh, they just came out with the Overtrail with the third row. He may be a potential buyer for that in a couple years. You never know. At the Mercy, Magnuson has multiple flash tunes that are proven on the dyno. Yes, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, hopefully we do that. Other people were talking to me too at where was I just at? The 4Runner Drive event. Or no, it was at the Lexus event that there's other tuners for the Magnuson that are able to push out even more horsepower, but you have to build the transmission. And this was another reason too. Magnuson, yeah, so they were the makers of the original TRD superchargers. So that's another reason, you know, OEM plus style is what I wanted to do for it. So that's what we'll see. No plastic like the new, right here. I have a 21 Taco pre-runner, 2.7 liter 4-cylinder, almost 200,000 miles. Love my truck, no rust at all. I did the upper and lower ball joints, radiators, and KO2 trans. Fluent, AC works nice. No plastic like the new ones. Yeah, the first gen Tacoma, rock solid, man. I would love, so again, getting back to the garage of vehicles, I would love to have a two-door pre-runner, first gen 4Runner. I think that one's really cool. Or I kind of just want an off-road vehicle that's just beat up as well, so I could just go out without feeling guilty that it's like bouncing around and getting dented up and stuff. And maybe we could find a first gen for that. That'd be cool. Manuel says, greetings from Guatemala. I am your faithful follower since the beginning of your channel, since the first video of the TRD Pro. Well, thank you, Manuel. I appreciate it. That's a while ago, dude. That's almost 8 years ago from when I got this 4Runner back in September of 2017, man. That is so cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Randy says I put a catch can also clean the intake out with oven cleaner, and it was nasty inside. That is crazy. Yeah, catch cans are good too to keep all that gross crap out from your oil and everything. I already have my GX 550 in incognito after 11-month wait. Got it. Holy crap, man. That is wild. I will make sure that you don't have any issues with the Magnuson. Safety first. Heck yeah. No, yeah. We are not going to ruin this Tundra. I am, though, like, I'm really hoping that the transmission, Ryan, doesn't have any issues. And maybe it's just because that's, like, the one older vehicle out of the lineup that I have. But sometimes, like, when I back out of my driveway with it and then I put it like a column shifter. I haven't had a column shifter vehicle in a while. And I put it back into drive. It takes like a couple seconds, like maybe like a second and a half. It's like, and then it shifts and then it goes. And then sometimes too, like driving it, and when I come off a throttle, I feel like a little like clunk, like with the torque converter, like releasing or something. Hopefully it's just an older truck, and that's just how the Tundras drive, and I'm just thinking way too far into it because my first gen Tundra had issues. But I just hope the trans is good for when we put the supercharger onto it, because that's the last thing that I want, is to put the supercharger on it, do a couple pulls, and then the transmission just be done. That would suck. Randy's never going to sell his Tacoma, ever. Never, ever. Alex says, we're almost done, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, throw them into the comments. I appreciate all the donations that we got today. You guys crushed that quick donation goal to see which 4Runner we are getting. I truly appreciate it. And hopefully we will get it in a couple days. So the members saw it first over on the members tab of YouTube. It was that same screenshot that I showed you guys. They saw it a couple days ago. And then you guys saw it today because of those awesome 12 people that donated. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for all the support here in the live stream tonight. If you guys have any other questions, please throw them into the comments before we head out. Alex said, convinced I want to lease my new 4Runner Platinum when my F-150 lease ends on the company. Of course. Heck yeah. Lease it on the company. Let them pay for it. Ryan says, most flashes are in tune with the autos. It'll increase line pressure for the transmission and help with the added stress of the Magnuson. They have multiple flashes for the upgrades. Okay, so it's probably just the transmission just itself then right now. So like not being with the high pressure. So, okay, all right, we'll be fine. Thank you. I wasn't going to like pull the trigger and not do it. I was just like, well, if it dies, then we just build it. But still, like I wouldn't want to do that right after we do the freaking supercharger. Dimitri says, hello, John. Just out of curiosity, Sequoia or Nissan Armada Pro 4X? The Nissan Armada. I sat in one at the DC Auto Show, and it was nice, guys. Nissan really did a good job with that vehicle. The interior is stout, especially compared to the Sequoia. The Sequoia has so much plastic compared to that Nissan Armada. I sat in like a very premium version. I didn't sit in the Pro 4X. But yesterday when I was, or yesterday or 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. What's today? Tuesday? It was yesterday. I was driving to Fort Walton Beach to freaking Harbor Freight to get my toolbox that I ordered like 2.5 months ago almost. And it was almost 2 months ago. And there was a white Nissan Armada Pro 4X, the first one I've ever seen, like in person and on the road. And it almost looked like it had a little lift to it and some bigger tires. It looked good. Holy crap. It was like a white one with black roof. Dude, it looks so good. And like that hurts me as a Toyota enthusiast to say, but I gotta call it how it is, man. Nissan made that vehicle so nice. They made it so nice. What car is behind you? I have my 4Runner and the Tacoma. The Tacoma needs to get washed. Randy says a two-piece drive shaft will stick need to lube them. Yeah, maybe then. Because, again, I don't know everything that has been taken care of in that truck. It should probably have a good once-over. I would assume that the dealer did it, but probably not. So maybe it needs a little bit of lube in the drive shafts and stuff. I know it needs some new brakes. I need to message back this brake company. It's been a couple weeks since I was last in contact with them, but trying to line all that stuff up. And then Ryan, if you're still in here also, I know I debated going back and forth with upper control arms, but we'll probably put some upper control arms on that truck because they are a little crusty. And then I'm not sure if we just put new with the Westcott kit on it and those leaf springs, and just since I'm supercharging it anyways, just throw the 35s or 37s on the truck and call it a day to just warrant the bigger lift. But I didn't lift it before because when we threw when we threw the 285s on it. When you were gone, it just looks so proportionate and it just looks so good. But if I'm putting aftermarket uppers on, might as well put the Westcott kit on and the different leaf springs and just bigger tires too. But like, I want to experience the truck and have it be fun and not like, hey, we threw a supercharger on it, but we also put 80-pound heavy freaking tires on it, and you can't like tell the difference too. So we'll see. We will see where that truck's at. It's going to be a completely different truck if my goals pan out and stuff and life happens the way I hope it does. It's going to be a completely different truck next year. I don't know when next year, but it's going to be night and day difference. Oh, there was a message in here that I scrolled past, and I'm sorry. It was, what is the interior? I've seen they come out with a turbo kit for the Tundra. Yeah. Oh, interior plans. Hopefully David's still in here. So interior plans for the Tundra is from Trail Grid. We are putting in their Alpine head unit, all new door speakers, subwoofer as well, cleaning up the whole interior. I got a new center console, leather wrap for it, and we already did the new steering wheel. I'm putting LED lights from Last Fit inside and a couple other things. But then potentially when it becomes a luxury pre-runner, it'll have some different seats, maybe a roll cage. I'm not exactly sure the extent that Westcott Designs is going to go with the truck, but I'm giving them free range. Basically, it's going to be crazy. Cinco Shot says, "Are you planning on doing a giveaway with that Tacoma?" No, I am not. I will make the dedicated YouTube video telling you guys that I sold the truck. It just wasn't going to line up in time the way that I wanted it to. I did let like the voice inside of me say like, "Hey, it's not a good idea," and maybe it was probably wrong, but like just the timing of developing a merch store, getting patches, wanting a giveaway to run successfully right away and trying to do it. I just thought in my head that it wasn't going to be a good thought or a good experience to just do that right away with you guys. So I am just selling the Tacoma or trading it in for the new 4Runner that we're going to get. And then with this new 4Runner, I will hopefully keep it on the channel. You guys will see it. We'll build it up. It'll always be in the eye of you guys before, whereas that Tacoma kind of fell off a little bit after we were done road tripping it and stuff. Just kind of fell off. It's whatever. Like, I did everything I wanted to with that truck. And honestly, that truck probably should have been sold like 5 months ago. But I don't like just blowing through cars like that. I'm not that type of YouTuber that just has a car, you know, for 2 months and then see you later. At least I haven't yet. So yeah, we are selling it. It's currently for sale right now. Or if not, we're going to strip everything off of it and just trade it in for the 4Runner. And if that email is legit, then that will probably be in a couple days. So we really have to move fast on getting the last bit of content of deliverables wrapped up on that truck and then do that. So we will be doing a merch store soon for those who want to support the channel even more. And I will see how that merch store is for like the next 6 months and how to ship stuff out and label making and customer service and all this bull crap that I never wanted to do, but a lot of people ask for it. And that is the way to do the giveaways and just have it be successful. So I want to make sure that we have a good store that is working and running, and I know what the heck I'm doing. So if we get, 1,000 sales for patches for the new 4Runner to do it, then that's what we're gonna do. So yes, we are selling it. No giveaway. I'm sorry, bro. Randy says, I had soot on the tailpipe, used lacquer thinner, 1 gallon, 8 gallons of gas, ran it the same day. Injectors were sticking. Dang, dude, that 4Runner needed some work. Was replacing the O2 upper stream tune. Raw fuel drip, no more. Been 4 years now. You're really making that thing. Been really, really good. Looks killer as it is, but I'm down for upgrading. I know. I mean, if we think that the bigger tires will be fine, I just want to find bigger tires that aren't a E-load rating. you know? Like, I don't need them to be an E-load rating. I'd rather them still be somewhat light, you know? Corn fuel sucks. Fuel injectors were not bad, just sticking open when running. Looking to buy a Tacoma someday. What year do you recommend? Mr. Dad, I recommend the new one. I really do. And it's not because I'm a Toyota fanboy and, you know, like, I want you to buy the new one. I just really enjoy the new one. It drives great. The technology is good, and I enjoy it. But if you're going to buy used, even though I haven't experienced the truck itself as an owner, the second gen, like, refresh of, I think, 2011 or 12 up until 14 is, like, so cool. It's nice front end, the 4.0 V6, bulletproof, 5-speed transmission. Good truck. Everyone that's owned that truck has absolutely loved it. And that would be one that I would get for sure. So as a used truck. But if you have the budget and stuff for it, I would do a new one all day. TRD off-road, can't go wrong with that. Maybe a media package or something like that. That would be the one to get. Heading out, I'll hit you up when I'm heading to Yota Mafia. Thursday, huh? All right. I may have to make that happen. I don't want to impose and have Ryan do a whole bunch of tires and stuff that day. So, I'm running out of time. All right. So, guys, I appreciate everyone hanging out today. You guys are all amazing. Thank you guys so much for the donations and everyone hanging out and just being here. That was so cool. We stayed pretty much at 100 people. Or I'm sorry, we're at currently 100, but we stayed pretty dang close to 200 people the whole time, which was rad. So I want you guys to have a great rest of your week. We have LX content tomorrow. I appreciate you all watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Oh, that's why we have Ethan. Okay, that works. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll run by. I'll just text you. I don't want to impose if you guys have too much stuff to do. Yeah, because I'll probably drop off some wheels and tires for the Land Cruiser and swap all that stuff around and everything too. So, and then the Tacoma crap. So we'll see. I'll help out as much as I can too. I just need a lot done, it seems like. So, guys, I appreciate everyone. You guys have a great night. Go eat some food. Go read a book. Go do whatever. All right, guys. Bye.